Well, this isn't the video that I wanted to do, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Sorry, I really don't have much time to make videos with working, but I feel like I have to make this video at this point, even though I'm not on YouTube. And I feel like when somebody leaves YouTube that, you should just respect them as people, regardless of who they are. And if they're gone off of YouTube, let them be gone. I'm going to talk to you guys about an ongoing situation that's been ongoing for years. And here we go. So it's been brought to my attention that Anne, and I'm not going to not say names, because at this point everybody knows who Anne talks about in her videos. And the excuse, well, I didn't say your name, isn't an excuse. It's just not, no, it's not an excuse, especially when everybody knows. So here's how I feel about this situation that is being spoken about. I considered myself a really good friend to Anne. At one point, I considered her a best friend. And when I chose to leave the friendship with her, which was my choice, and regardless of what transpired after I chose to leave that friendship, it was my choice to leave a friendship. And I was demonized for not being her friend. I was made to be a terrible person. Now, I'm not excusing what happened after I stopped being her friend. I made friends with Jenny. Jenny did go online and she did talk a lot of crap. And I'm not excusing that. I should have spoken up more. I'm terrible with confrontation. I'm also somebody who I run from a lot of stuff. Like, it's one of those, I'm the type of person that retreats. So if there's something going on in my life that is stressful, or I get anxiety about something, I retreat and I will go into myself, and I won't say anything. I definitely let people speak up for me, and I shouldn't have done that, and I can admit that. But what I wasn't wrong for was choosing to leave a friendship that I believed was toxic, and being demonized for that, I think, was wrong. I never came online and spoke on the reasons why I wasn't friends with Anne, and why I chose to walk away from that friendship, but I feel like I need to at this point, and I'm allowed to. If I am being spoken about constantly on someone's channel, then I have the right to speak up for myself, and that's what I'm going to do today. Let me start here. I truly loved Anne. I cared about her a lot, and I'm not saying that I don't care about Anne anymore, because I do. I clearly care about Anne, and I care about her family. I love her children, and I care about them deeply. And sometimes when you care about someone, it's okay to care about them and love them from afar. And I chose to do that. That was my choice, and it was the right choice for me. Our entire friendship was not horrible. Sorry, I know this is really annoying, guys, that I'm driving. My entire friendship with Anne was not horrible. We had some really great times together. We really did. We bonded over YouTube. We bonded over the fact that we were moms. And it was in the time that I was friends with her, I needed that friendship. And she needed me. We needed each other at that moment. And well, it wasn't even a moment. We needed each other during those few years that we were friends. So I'm not going to sit here and say my whole entire friendship with Anne was horrible, because it wasn't. But Anne puts a lot of pressure on the people she has in her life, especially her friends. She does a lot of videos. If you haven't watched her videos, she does a lot of videos on her expectations of the people in her life that she considers friends. And it was a lot. Anne has gone through an incredible amount of stuff in her life. She's gone through a lot in her life, and a lot of it has been really hard. And I would never take that from her. I think that she's a really strong woman to have gone through everything that she has gone through. And I was there for her for a lot of the stuff that she has gone through. And I thought that me being there for her, for an ear to listen to, if she needed anything, if she called me, I was there. If she was upset, I was there. If she was happy, I was there. I thought that was enough for her. But it wasn't. It wasn't enough. She didn't tell me at the time that I wasn't enough and that I wasn't giving her enough. But now, after listening to her for the past 2-3 years speak about what she expects out of friendships, I definitely was not giving her what she needed as a friend. And on my end, what I wanted from her as a friend, I wasn't getting that either. And Anna always had something, she always had something going on. And I'm not the type of person that will, I kind of hide what I'm going through, right? Like if I'm going through something really stressful, I won't say anything about it, because especially if Anne was going through something, I wouldn't share what I was going through, because I just felt like she's going through something. I'm not going to just add on to the pile. And honestly, there really wasn't much time in our friendship that I could share what I was going through with her, because she was going through so much. And so there was a lot of things that she did not know about me because I never told her. And if I did tell her things about what I was going through, she would compare them to what she was going through or what she had gone through and say, well, at least it wasn't as bad as what I went through. And then she would go through what she went through all over again, that we have already spoken about over and over again. So like, I kind of felt like, it got to the point where I felt like, well, it doesn't really matter what I'm going through or what I have gone through, because she has gone through worse. And she will tell me she's gone through worse. And she will tell me that her situations are worse than mine. And I've always felt like what somebody else goes through, they might think it's the hardest thing they've ever gone through. But what another person's hardships are, they're totally different. And how they feel about their hardships is totally different. Like, we all go through stuff and there's no comparing it. Like, I don't think like what I've gone through is harder than what Anne's gone through, or what Anne's gone through is harder than what I've gone through. There's no comparing like tragedy or loss or sorrow or just hardship. There shouldn't be any like comparing. At the point that I left our friendship, like that's where I was. It was just a lot. There was a lot going on, and I was going through something really hard in my life when Anne was going through something really hard in her life. And I didn't think that she was the nicest person to me. And I didn't think she cared. I didn't think that Anne actually cared what I was going through. And that hurt me. And I just was like, instead of me sitting here feeling this way about our friendship, I'm just going to walk away from it. Did I choose the right way to do it? Probably not. But it's how I dealt with it. And I can't take back how I chose to leave a friendship. When I decided to talk to her again was when Alex had come online, and she was really upset, and she was just saying some of the most outlandish things I've ever heard. And she did come online and apologize in her way. And I'm not going to speak about Alex because she's no longer online, and it's not really fair for me to sit here and continue to speak about her when she left the internet. She left the internet, and I literally have nothing to say about Alex. I wish her the best, but I don't speak to her. I don't want to speak to her, and I don't want to speak about her. Well, I did start speaking to Anne when all of that was going on, because there was just so much going on, and it was just enough. Anne was talking on her channel. I was trying to come back to YouTube, and every single time I came back to YouTube, I kind of felt like something would pop off, and I wanted it to end. I wanted all of that to end, and it was just, there was just so much going on. I wanted all of that to end. So then we started talking again, and I believed Anne and I spoke about everything, and we had hashed out everything. Like, I really thought that Anne had told me everything she had felt and what upset her and why it upset her, and that the feelings she had about that were something we spoke about. Now, Anne and I, we never became like great friends again, best friends again. We weren't talking every day. We talk every few weeks. But like, I thought we were okay. I trusted what Anne said to me. I listened to what she said to me. I didn't think that she would lie to me. I thought we were okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry. I can only really film between shifts, so I'm on my way to work. Okay, I need to like go to where I left off. So I was talking about my friendship with Anne and why I ended my friendship with her. Okay, so the reason why I'm even making this video is because it was brought to my attention that she was on her channel saying she was set up and this situation really hurt her and she was crying about it. Here's the thing, my microphone was glitching. I think it's because it was on my zipper on my shirt. So there's that. Okay, let me see. This is what you're getting, guys. Okay, so, oh, fudge. This is how you're getting it. So it was brought to my attention that Anne was on her channel, not saying names, of course, but saying that she was set up and the situation really hurt her. She was crying about it. Again, I am somebody that I don't really share my emotion online very often, and I also don't, I don't know, not that emotions make me feel uncomfortable or awkward or anything, but I am just not somebody who shows my emotions as much as some other people. So just because I'm not online crying or letting people know I was crying doesn't mean that the situation that happened, that transpired to get us to where we are today, did not hurt me. I was really hurt by this entire thing as well. I've been hurt by Anne for years now, but I just don't come online and say it because I don't think that I should have to. I don't think that I need to come online and tell everybody how I'm feeling about somebody, especially because, like, one of the reasons why I believe that Anne continues to speak about me on her channel is because she is comfortable enough knowing that I probably won't make a video, or upload it or share things, because I don't normally do that. I mean, I didn't even really speak about what happened when that whole thing with Jenny went off. Like, I went on Steph's channel and I went on my channel, but other than that, I don't really talk about things. And I really don't talk about Anne, not just because not because, well, there's a few things. The people that follow her can be vicious and mean. And also, she's very good at making it seem like she's being attacked. And I don't want it to look like I'm attacking her. Some reason she can talk about me or anybody else over and over again, and it's not seemed as though she is attacking them, or me. But if I make a video or I say something, all of a sudden I'm a bully and I'm attacking her. And that's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating to have to continuously hear that when I don't really speak up. I really don't speak up. I really haven't said much about um anything. I just I mean, I also like when I started talking to Anne again, one of her biggest fears was somebody making a video on her. And like I always said to her, like, no one's gonna make a video on you. Like, I'm not making a video. Like, no one's making. Like, she was always scared of that. And um, but she makes so many about other people that it's like I don't understand how like that works. Like, if how can you just because you don't say people's names doesn't mean you're not making a video on people. Anyway, um, so it was brought to my attention that she made this video. So that she was being set up. Nobody set Ann up. Not one person set Ann up. So what happened is that Anna had put up a vlog that she and I saw each other at the mall one day. I had gotten off an overnight shift and I saw her in the parking lot of the mall in our area. And I got in her car and I was talking to her. And we were just chatting it up in her car. We were chatting it up in her car. We were laughing. And previous to that, we hadn't seen each other, but we were talking periodically. So like she would text me and I'd call her, or you know what I mean? Like we were speaking to each other. We were okay. Like we were not fighting at all. And we had spoken about I believed we had spoken about everything that like if she had an issue with me, she would come to me and tell me. That's a mistake on my part. Clearly that's a mistake on my part, believing that she wouldn't talk about me or still have an issue with me. So um, she put up the vlog, and when she put up the vlog, she had a lot of great comments, and then she had a few comments about me that were negative, and then I got a few DMs like I did when we had our falling out, and the DMs were nasty. They were nasty to me. And I said something in a video. I said, you know, like what I said was, me and Anne are fine. There's no reason for anybody who follows Anne, who has such a strong parasocial relationship with her, to send nasty messages to me. Anne wouldn't like it, and I don't like it. It's basically all I said. Like, I was like, it's wrong and it's weird behavior to, like, stand for somebody so hard that you're gonna, like, send messages that are nasty. Like, why isn't everybody just happy that me and Anne were getting along and fine? Like, I don't know why anybody, like, that makes no sense. None of my subscribers were sitting in the comments saying, like, I can't believe you're friends with Anne, probably because I never spoke about it. But I mean, like, so I thought it was weird. So I said something, and then I had told Anne about it, and Anne said she was going to say something as well. So she said something in a video. A few days later, I got a message from Steph. Now, Steph and I hadn't been speaking at the time. We hadn't been speaking for a few months prior to her reaching out to me. So this being said that it was a setup is just really strange. And Anne knew I was not speaking to Steph. Anne knew I wasn't speaking to Steph. She also knew that I wasn't speaking to Melissa at the time. So her saying that she was set up doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever, because she knew I was not speaking to Steph. So how can you be set up if the people weren't talking to each other prior to all of this happening? Like, that makes it makes no sense. So I hadn't spoken to Steph and I hadn't spoken to Melissa when I was reached out to. I'm sitting at Wawa because I'm going to get something to eat before I go in, but I'm going to finish talking to you guys first. And so that day I was with one of my friends from high school. We had just recently we just recently reunited, and I was spending the day with her, and I was really excited to do that. So anyway, I get this message from Steph, and I didn't listen to it because it was a voice note. Or no, a voice message. So I didn't listen to it because I was with my friend, and I so I read the transcript because I didn't want to be rude and just start listening to someone's message while I was with somebody, like spending the day with her. So I read the transcript of it, and I was like, what? Like that, this is so weird. And the transcript said, just wanted to let you know that um, 2 days after 2 days after Anne put her vlog up of you two seeing one another or hang out with each other, Anne was in a group chat talking shit about you. And I was like, what? Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, what? Why? So, and then it said what was said in those messages. So I wasn't going to deal with I didn't want to deal with what was happening with Anne in that moment because I was with a friend. And to be honest, it was embarrassing. Like, it's just embarrassing to have to like speak about like this petty, weird drama that I'm continuously in with the same person. So I didn't say, I said thank you to Steph. And then I actually sent my best friend a message, and I was like, I sent her a screenshot of the transcript, and I was like, look what is being told to me. And my best friend, Marissa went to Anne and like basically was like, why can't you just stop talking about Abby? And Anne immediately said she had not talked any crap on me. She would never do that. She doesn't know why anybody would say that. And she went to the group chat. And when she went to the group chat, she said in the group chat, why is somebody saying that I'm talking crap on Abby? And everybody in that group chat, it's a bunch of ladies, said, you didn't. You never spoke any crap about Abby. And Anne screenshot um their responses to her and sent that to me. And then I wrote to Anne, I was like, Anne, I'm with my friend right now. I'm not even home, so I'm not going to talk to you about this right now. I'll talk to you about it later. So when I was on my way home, or like maybe the next day, I don't remember exactly what time it was that I spoke to Anne, but I spoke to her and she was like, I did not talk shit on you. She was like, I did talk shit on you after Marissa came to me and got upset at me and like came at me rude about talking shit on you. Like, then I went into the group chat and I talked shit, but I didn't talk shit on you before that. And I was like, but that's not what's being said to me. I was like, what's being said to me is you said these things about me, and that it was said 2 days after we got together. And she was like, no, I did not. Hand to God, I did not say these things about you. So I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, here's the thing. If there's one thing, a lot of you guys don't know Steph, but I know Steph, and some of you do. And you guys know that Steph is just, she's not a liar, and she's going to have proof of what she says. She's not just going to say something if she doesn't have proof of it. I wasn't even speaking to her at the time. I also wasn't speaking to Melissa at the time. So um, I was believing, I don't know if I was believing Anne or if I wanted to believe Anne, because I really didn't think that she would be talking shit on me. But the things that she was saying in the group chat about me that were being said, she said about me, were things that her and I had spoken about previously. So I spoke to Anne a few times and she just swore to me that she did not talk shit on me. She swore to me she did not talk shit on me. And I like I didn't know. I didn't know if like I wanted to believe so badly that she didn't talk shit on me because like that would hurt me, or if I actually believed her. I don't know. So I went to another lady in that group chat and I said, hey, I don't really know what happened, but I am being told that Anne was speaking about me in not a nice way. And I'm just asking you because if you tell me that she did or you tell me that she didn't, I'll believe you. And so the lady said to me that, she said to me, she's like, no, she was speaking about Jenny, but she wasn't speaking about you. And I said, okay. So then, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, I could not stop. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it because it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, me and Anne are fine. And the reason why we get in these like weird fights is because like I hear something and it hurts me. You know what I mean? What, I don't know what is flying around my car. I keep seeing it in my camera, and it hurts me. And then I hold on to it because I don't like confrontation. So, like, I just let it fester and I let it like sit with me. And that's not a good thing. So I went to Anne and I said something to her, and she is denying it and saying that the only time she talked shit on me was after Marissa came to her. So finally, I was like, I'm just going to get to the bottom of this, because either I am the biggest idiot, either I'm the biggest idiot in the world and I'm just a glutton for punishment, or it really didn't happen. So like, I need to figure this out. So I texted Steph and I said, Steph, hey, um, if there's one thing I know about you, you are not a liar. So if you have actual proof of Anne talking about me, can you please send it to me? Because Anne's saying she didn't. And so is another person in the group chat. And I don't know what I want to do about this, because I just started letting Anne back in my life after I decided to like let go of that friendship. And that was hard for me to do. And I care about Anne. Still to this day, I care about Anne. A lot, I mean, some people will say like, I don't. How can I care about someone when I'm talking about them right now? But like, I do. If I didn't care about Anne, I wouldn't let these things bother me as much as I do. I'm very good at cutting people off, but for some reason, I am not good at cutting Anne out, even though I've been hurt by her. And this is not the first time that I have been told about her speaking about me behind the scenes. I have been I have been told this before. That's why when Steph told me the things that were being said about me by her, I was like, I've heard some of this stuff before. So I know she said it, but like she's saying she didn't. So anyway, so Steph said, yeah, I'll send you the proof. And sure enough, Steph sent me 8 minutes of Anne talking about me in a group chat with women that I'm not like, that I know, but that I don't know very well. And she's talking about me. It's 8 minutes of her just like, it's just 8 minutes of her talking about me, but it's like some of the things that she was saying, it was like, wow, she really doesn't like me. Like she absolutely hates me. And I don't know if she's just talking about me to other people to make other people think that I'm so horrible, or if she believes the things that she's saying, or I don't know what it was, but it really hurt me. Like when I tell you it hurt me, like my heart hurt. And so I sat on it. I said to my friend Marissa, I was like, Marissa, please don't say anything at all. Let me deal with this. I need to figure out what I want to do. And I want to figure out how I want to deal with this, because I was hurt. Like it really hurt me, because she just spent days telling me she did not say anything about me. And then right in front of my face, now I have like this blatant proof. And not only that, it has been some of the same things she's been saying about me for years that I have asked her about. And she said she didn't know why people would say those things because they make no sense. And now I'm actually hearing it. And I'm like, wow. Like I don't understand how she can like get on her channel and act so hurt by me when she really doesn't like me at all. Like, she really wants people to think I'm like this horrible person. And part of me is like, am I really this awful of a person? Like, and one of the people, like, even said to one of my friends, like, I was believing Anne. Like, I was like, wow, like, Abby is just awful. And I'm like, but this is what she's been doing. She's also been like planting these seeds in her videos for so long that, like, sometimes I'm almost convinced that I am so horrible. Like, wow, am I really just like this just terrible person? And I just don't see it. Like, I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I have made a lot of mistakes. And I know that, like, me retreating from confrontation and from like anything that gives me anxiety, like, I know that's an issue. And I also know that, like, I build walls up and I can be very hard to communicate with. But, like, am I really this bad of a person? And what, like, so the messages that were sent to me, they were a screen recording. So as Anne is talking about me, people are reacting to those messages and they're hearting it, or they're like commenting back. And I had asked somebody in the group chat, like, did this happen? And they said no. So all of these people are listening to Anne talk about me. And this was 2 days after her and I were in a vlog together. And none of them said, hey, like, none of them were like, you just spent time with Abby. Like, she's your friend. You're showing online that she's your friend. Like, really shouldn't be talking about her like this. But no one said anything. So, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, wow, like, nobody has my back, which they don't owe me loyalty. None of these people owe me any loyalty at all whatsoever. Like, they don't know me. But, like, all of them were just okay with it. And the only person that wasn't okay with it was somebody that wasn't talking to me at the time. And she gave it to me knowing that we and her weren't speaking at that point. She gave it to me knowing that me and Anne were talking. And regardless of, like, what was going to come of it, she wanted to make sure I heard about it. And I was like, and it hurt me. Like, that hurt me. Like, it hurt me. It hurt me knowing that, like, this person that I have allowed in my life for years and then brought back in my life after I was like, I need to get away from this friendship, is still saying the same things that she said about me before, but now she's adding more into it. But now she's saying that she was set up, which makes no sense to me. I don't know how she was set up. She wasn't set up. Like, what? Who? Did somebody tell her to talk about me? Did somebody say, hey, go into that group chat and talk shit on Abby? Nobody did that. Nobody. And in her video, she's saying that she was talking to somebody, having coffee with them every morning. I didn't know that. How would I know that she's talking to somebody and every morning and having coffee with them? Why would I know that? I don't know that. So anyway, I sat on it and then I messaged Anne. It was like 6:30 in the morning. I was on my way to work and I was like so upset. Like, I was so upset. I was crying in this message to her. And part of me is like, I cannot believe that I, like, sent her a message of me so upset. Like, my heart was broken by what she was saying. And I might put these, I don't know. Part of me is like, I should put the voice notes into this video because I could be called a liar. But also part of me doesn't want to do that because I don't know if I want to have out there and actually talking about me like that publicly for everyone to hear, because it's embarrassing. It also makes me look like a really bad person. And it just does. It just makes it. Anyway, I sent her a message. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was really upset. And it was a voice message. And I said, I have these 8 minutes of you talking about me. And clearly, and you really do not like me. Like, you are still very, very hurt by the situation that happened, which is, that is okay. And those are your feelings, and you're allowed to have them. But clearly, like, you just actually don't like me. And there's no like turning back time and mending what has happened, because I am forever going to be this person to you. There are things that she was like you were I said there's things that you were talking about that happened 6 years ago. And you are never going to let these things go. But you say, when I ask you about them, you say you don't know why anybody would tell you that you said that. Because why would you feel that way? Like I, because Anne feels like this and about me, and because she has this like deep hatred towards me, she is never going to stop making me be the bad guy in her story. And that is okay. Like, I've accepted that. But when you are friends with somebody and they are saying to you that you aren't the bad guy, that you guys are okay, that like she would never hurt me, she would never talk about me, she would never do these things, but then she continues to do it. Like, it's just, it's impossible to get over. That's impossible to get over. I said, I was like, I am forever going to be on the internet because you will not stop talking about it. I am forever going to be the girl that was your friend that stopped being your friend when you had a heart attack. And that's because I've never told people why I stopped being your friend. I'm forever going to be this terrible person in your life that you're going to be telling people about behind the scenes, even though we're friends, which I find really odd that nobody has ever said to her, Anne, if Abby is your friend and you guys are okay, why are you still talking about her so much? Like, why hasn't anybody said that to her? So, anyway, I sent her a very emotional message, and I was like, you're never going to be able to let things go. You're never going to be able to be okay with me. And however, I ended it. And I went to work. She sent me a text message and was like, I'm really busy today. I don't have time to listen to your message. I'll listen to it later. Or no, she said, I listened to like a minute of it. And, but I don't have time to listen to it right now. I'll listen to it later. She was very busy. Lexi was in the hospital. She was like, it's weird that, something always happens when, something's going on in my life. And I'm not saying this to be mean, but there is always something going on in Anne's life. There is never a time that there isn't something going on in Anne's life. When I talk to Anne, there is always something happening. There's always some emergency. There's always something happening, which is terrible. And I know it's terrible, but there's never a time that anything else can happen in anybody else's life, because there's always something going on in Anne's. And if it's not happening in her life, it's happening online. Like, there's always something. So she said she'll listen to it later. She didn't. I didn't hear from her all day, but she said she said she was very busy. She doesn't have time to do anything. But she uploaded a vlog that night, so she had time to vlog. She also talked about the drama, and in that video, she was still talking about how she had talked. She was angry, and she didn't know what she said because Marissa had come to her. She didn't say names, of course, but she spouted off the mouth, and she didn't know what she said because she was so angry at the time. But honestly, at that point, she never listened to my message. She never listened to my message, so she didn't know that I had the 8 minutes of her talking about me. She was still going off the fact that she thought I was talking about her going off of me in the group chat after Marissa had said something to her. But she never listened to my message. She didn't know that I had 8 minutes of actual her talking about me. She was still denying it at that point. A day or two went by. She still didn't listen to my voice note. She sent me a message. I think she sent me a message or something. I don't know what I don't remember what it was. And she was still saying, I only spoke about you after Marissa came to me and said something to me. And I was very angry and I went into the group chat. And finally, I sent her another message and I said, Anne, no, those are not the messages I'm talking about. You were in the group chat 2 days after you put me in your vlog talking shit on me in the group chat for 8 minutes straight. And Anne felt so comfortable in that chat talking about me like that. I don't even know how many other times she did, to be honest. I don't know. This is the only time I know about. So then Anne finally realized, this is after like a few days, that I had these recordings. I said, Anne, I have recordings of you talking about me. She denied them. She kept saying, hand to God, I did not talk about you. Finally, I said, she listened because I had been telling her. It wasn't like I kept a secret. She listened. She found out that I had these actual proof of her talking shit on me. And her answer to me was, well, I am sorry you heard that. The person that sent it to you must have been trying to hurt you. And I don't know why people are so upset about me talking or who I'm talking to or whatever, but I'm getting out of that group chat. I'm not talking about anybody ever again. And I will never speak about this ever again on my channel. Like, I'm never bringing it up on my channel ever again. I'm never going to talk about it ever again. And we just left it at that because really, like, I know from her, like, I know Anne's pattern and I know she's going to talk about it. Like, I know Anne's going to talk about me on her channel. Like, I know she's going to talk about friendships. I know she's going to talk about, like, all of this. I know she will because she has told me so many times that she's not going to talk about something and she still does. So, like, I know she's going to talk about it. And I just left it at that. There was nothing else for me to say. Like, she didn't listen to the first message, the first voice note I sent to her where I was crying and I was upset at her. No, I was brokenhearted. It wasn't even like I wasn't even mean to her. Like, I didn't say anything that was mean to her. I didn't say anything that would, like, that I wasn't awful to her. I just said, like, you really don't like me. You really don't like me. And I don't understand why we are even trying to be friends because you don't like me. Like, like my heart broke. Like, I said that even to when Steph sent that to me, I was like, my God, my heart is so broken. Like, I don't know why I keep letting her back why I'm okay with letting her back in my life when I know she said this stuff. Like, because I've heard some of it before. So after that conversation, I was just going to like leave it at that. Like, there was nothing more for me to say. I'm just going to like stop talking to her. And then her son got into the car accident and she texted me, said, please call me. My son got into a car accident. I really need you. And I called her and I was there for her because, like, I care about Anne and I care about her kids and nothing can make me not care about them. So I was there for her for that. And I talked to her. I was on the phone with her when she got to the car accident. I was on the phone with her on the way to the car accident. She was scared and I understood that she was scared and I knew that this was a scary moment. I was there for her. And then after that, after I was there for her, she sent me a text message and she was like, you were the first person that I thought about when this happened. Like, you were the first person I needed and that I wanted to talk to and that I thought about. Like, thank you so much for being there for me. You're a good friend. And I said, no problem. I love you guys. And that was the last conversation we had. Last conversation I had with Anne since all of that. There was no like huge fighting. There was no anything. But now she's saying that she was set up and like, and it's this whole thing and nobody's talking about it. I haven't been online talking about it. I haven't been online. Like, I haven't been talking to her about it. When it first happened, when it first happened, I think I put something on memberships, like just talking about how upset I was, but I didn't make it public. But other than that, like, it's been months. And now all of a sudden she's being set up, like, insanity. Also said it was wrong um, for her conversation to be recorded, but I'm really thankful that I was able to hear that, because for years I would ask Anne, like, why are people saying you said this? And she would be like, I have no idea. I don't know why they would say that. And now that I heard the stuff coming out of her mouth, now I know, like, for a fact, like, people aren't just saying to me. Now I know for a fact that people aren't just saying to me, like, Anne was talking shit on you just to get, like, me upset at her. Now I know for a fact she was talking shit on me, which makes me wonder, like, how many people has she been talking about me to? Um, if she was so comfortable talking to these people in this group chat about me like that, how many people has she done that with? Anne's upset that that conversation was recorded in the first place, but why isn't she upset that we were in a video together 2 days prior, and 2 days later she's talking all the shit on me? Like, I don't know if she's upset that it was recorded, because I don't know her relationship with Melissa. She's acting like that relationship was a lot closer than I even knew. That I didn't know that they were close, or that they had coffee every morning together. Um, so I don't know if she is upset that it was recorded, or if she's upset she was caught. I also don't know why she's bringing it up right now. I haven't been online talking about her. Um, I know none of my friends have been online talking about her. Marissa's not even online anymore. So, like, Marissa's not even on YouTube anymore. So she's not, like, no one was talking about Anne. Nobody. So I don't know why all of a sudden, once again, she's got to stick that knife in and bring me up in a video, which she knew that it would get back to me. Oh, well, according to Anne, I watch everything she does. I literally don't. I don't even remember the last time I watched a video of hers, to be honest. Um, I don't. I'm not gonna say that I don't have time to watch videos, because I do have time. Like, there's when I have my days off, I'll watch some videos on YouTube, or I will, like, be at work on break and I'll watch videos. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't watch videos on YouTube. I just don't watch Anne. I'm the type of person that when I am, like, I avoid. I avoid things that make me feel uncomfortable or give me anxiety. And she gives me anxiety and makes me feel uncomfortable. And I also knew that, like, this was never going to go away, especially since I never spoke about it. Like, Anne feels like if she can keep talking about it, because I'm never going to say anything. So, like, I knew it was never going to go away, but I don't know what triggered her to all of a sudden say she was set up, and, like, I don't understand it. It's been months. I haven't heard anything from her. I haven't heard anything from Anne at all. Like, I have no idea what triggered her. The last thing I ever said to her in a text message was, that's how our kids were doing. Like, we didn't end we didn't end anything on bad terms. We just ended it because, like, there was no point in continuing a friendship if she doesn't like me. Like, I'm obsessed with these chewy Tic Tacs. These are so good. The things that were said about me in the messages she was sending to these women, some, like, are things that I also don't understand why she's saying them, because they're just not true. But again, so the few things that I heard in that message that I have heard before are that she was upset because I never came to her house, and um, that really bothered her and hurt her. Before Anne and I started our podcast, the only time we saw each other was when like we would meet up. We'd meet up like TJ Maxx or go out to eat, get coffee, that kind of stuff. She never came to my house. She never came to my house and hung out at my home ever. So her saying like you she never came to my house, like she's acting like she was upset that I never came to her house. Like I'm not a good friend because I never came to her house. We never went to each other's homes. So I don't know why all of a sudden she's saying that like it's a bad thing. We never went to each other's homes until the podcast. And she came to my house for the podcast because we decided that it was the best place to do it because I had a basement and I made it into a filming room. Um, but besides that, the years before that, we did not, she, we didn't hang out at each other's homes. Another thing she said was that she was upset because when her house burned down, which was like 6 years ago. Okay. So she's still talking about this. And by the way, I had spoken to Anne about that previously, me not coming to her house previously, because I had heard that before. And I was like, why are people saying that? She's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know why people would say that. I was like, because we never went to each other's house. And she would just agree with me. Like, yeah, you're right. We never went to each other. Like, so like, if you felt that way, if you felt upset by me not coming to your home, tell me, say it to me. Don't act like you don't understand why people are saying that. So then the other thing is that when her house burnt down 6 years ago, she was upset that I didn't send my husband over to her grandmother's home to fix it. She's saying this in this message. And this baffles me because I have heard this before. This is not the first time I've heard it. I've heard this before. And I had confronted Anne about it. And I said, Anne, why am I being told you're upset at me because Matt never went to your home to fix your fire damage? And she was like, I have no idea why anybody would say that. Like, what? I have no idea. Like, it makes no sense. At the time, my husband was working for a company who was doing new builds, like new home builds. So like they were building homes from ground up. They don't do fire damage. They didn't do fire damage. He's never done fire damage. He's never worked on a fire damage home. My husband does not do fire damage. But also, why would my husband come to your home and fix the fire damage? And why are you telling people you're upset at him and me because I didn't have him go there? Like that's weird to me. That is just so weird to me. And what's even weirder is during that time, I was talking to her all the time. We were best friends. Best friends. Like we were best friends. She knew what my husband was doing for a living. Like she knew what my husband was doing for a living. She knew that he had never done fire damage. Like also like it just that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now maybe if she would have said like, do you know anybody that's done fire damage before? Maybe I could have sent somebody, but I don't know anybody. Like I don't even talk to anybody. I don't know men or women that work in the field of fire damage. Like electrical damage. Like I don't know anything like that. And maybe I could have asked my husband, like, do you know anybody? But she was going through insurance at the time and she like, it never came up. That conversation never came up between her and I. So it baffles me that she would be saying this behind the scenes. Like, God, seriously, like how awful do I sound? Like I sound awful. She keeps talking about when CPS showed up at my house. And first of all, that is something that happened to my family and I. That didn't happen to Anne. So her using and weaponizing a traumatic situation in my life and my children's lives as a way to make me out to be some awful person is just disgusting in my opinion. So she was saying that I had never gone online and told everybody that she did not call CPS on me. Yes, I have. I went on to Steph's channel and I said it on Steph's channel. Number one, Also, she was saying that Steph's live stream on her channel when I was on her channel was stupid because Steph didn't allow her up. No one was allowed up. I was so nervous and my anxiety was so high that, like, I was a mess, number one. All of this chaotic stuff was happening. And it was just crazy. Like, what was happening at that moment was crazy online. And it really affected me. And I'm grateful Steph let me up on her channel to say something. Not only then after that, after going on to Steph's channel, I had also said previously to that and after that on my channel that I did not think that Anne called CPS on me. I have said that from the very beginning. So she said that she knows that I was telling people behind the scenes that Anne called CPS on me. That is not true. That never came out of my mouth. I said that I believed one of Anne's subscribers called CPS on me. She knows who I thought it was. That's what I said. I didn't say that Anne called CPS on me. That's just a lie. She said that I also never, like, I never confirmed that that I didn't think it was her. I did many, many times. I've said it many times. I'm sorry if that's not good enough for you, Anne. I'm sorry that me not rehashing things every 10 days on my channel isn't enough for you. Because just because you go on your channel and you continuously bring things up doesn't mean that I have to. I don't have to keep reminding people that you didn't call CPS on me. I also don't have to talk about CPS being called on me if I don't want to. That happened to my family. She insinuated that CPS did not happen, they did not come to my home because I never showed her proof. That was really traumatic for my family and I. It was awful. Okay? Like, it was horrible. I had kids that were 13 and 15 at the time. It was embarrassing. They had to call my kids' school and my kids' doctors. And then the calls kept coming. And for Anne to be behind the scenes and insinuate that CPS did not show up at my house is so unbelievably cold. Because when I talked to her and when I was, like, speaking to her about it, she was so upset for me. She was so upset for me and so upset for my kids. And she was, like, just so angry about it. But behind the scenes, she's telling people it never happened. It, like, that really hurt. That really hurt, knowing that she's telling this group of women that CPS did not get called on me because I didn't show her proof. I don't have to show you proof of anything, Anne. And even if I did, you still wouldn't believe me. You would still be behind the scenes saying something else. You just would. You would be behind the scenes saying something else. You also insinuated that Marissa and Steph were saying that you called CPS. That didn't happen. Like, if Anne is talking about me like this privately, and it's not even private because it's with a bunch of people, like, I can't imagine how many people she's talking to about me like this. And if she doesn't like me, that's fine. Don't like me. It's okay. But don't get on your channel and act like you are this forgiving person and you're just letting go and you're just so forgiving because so many bad things have happened to you, but behind the scenes you are acting a different way. Like, stop doing that to me. The truth is, at this point, the only person that hasn't moved on is Anne. You can see by the evidence on her channel, how many videos has she put up about letting go and forgiveness? She hasn't. She hasn't forgiven, and I don't think she ever will. Anyway, there's not really much else for me to say. If I need to, I will upload the 8 minutes that I have of her talking about me. But all I really have to say is I have not continued this. It is not me continuing any drama online. I have not talked about it. I haven't even been online for months. And it is a pattern of Anne's to constantly bring things up and never let things go. She talks about the same things on her channels, on her on her channels over and over again. And I believe that she uses the power of manipulation to make people feel bad for her. Now, I do feel bad for the many things that she has gone through that have, and I know that I will forever be the friend that stopped being her friend when she had a heart attack. One last thing that I want to talk about, because she does continually bring this up. She also brought it up in the group chat. She says that I stopped being her friend and had her bullied when she was on her deathbed. Now, when I stopped talking to Anne, at that point, she was on the mend. She had had her surgery, and she was doing a lot better. She was actually home, and she was talking about exercising and getting her life better. And so that's when I stopped talking to her. But when she was in the hospital, what triggered me and like all of this stuff happening. So Marissa had messaged me when Anne was in the hospital after she had her surgery. And she had said, she asked me if I had any videos on Tira. That did I have like any clips or anything saved about Tira, because she was making a video about everything that Tira had done to Anne. And I said no. And I was surprised that she was doing a video. I didn't hear anything about it. She was like, yeah. She's like, I was just talking to Anne. I told her I was going to get clips for you. Ask you for clips about the video, because I've been talking to Anne about making this video. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So right after Marissa messaged me, I wasn't friends with Marissa at the time. She just like messaged me out of the blue. After I got off the phone with her, or not off the phone, but after I got out of the DMs with her, Anne called me and she was like, oh, I've been talking to not another housewife. She's going to be making a video on Tira and everything that like has happened with Tira. And I was like, oh, like that's weird. But she is at the hospital, okay? She's at the hospital talking to Marissa, not another housewife, about a drama video to make on Tira. So that was her mindset. Now, Anne swears she doesn't remember this conversation at all. Okay, so maybe you don't. Maybe you don't remember this conversation. But after that, she got home and she was getting healthier. She was doing better. She was feeling better. And at that point, I felt safe enough to walk away from the relationship because she was better. She was getting the help she needed for her heart. So I felt like it was okay for me to walk away. I didn't just walk away when she was in the hospital having a heart attack. That's not what happened. Now, did I do everything right in that situation? No, I didn't. I should have spoken up more. I should have like stopped being a coward and just like confronted the situation, but I didn't. And I can't change that. I cannot change that. But her and I had supposedly healed and moved on from that, and we had spoken about it, and I thought we were okay. So to get to where we are today is really sad and really, really upsetting. But that's it. I'm done talking about Anne. I don't want to talk about Anne. I don't want to have Anne, like I don't want to have to continuously talk about this situation. I also don't want to have to always have people sending me DMs about Anne talking about me again in her videos. Just because you don't say my name does not mean you are not talking about me. That is the most convoluted, is that a word? Is that the right word? That to me, that's just, everybody knows you're talking about me. Everybody. If you have made at least 20 letting go videos, 20 forgiveness videos. If you are truly letting go and you are truly forgiving all the stuff that you have claimed has happened to you, then do it. Find peace and move on. It has to be really awful to be ruminating about the same things all the time. It has to be exhausting to always have to make somebody else out to be your bad guy. And it has to be exhausting to always need people to give you attention and feel bad for you. That when Anne said that if she was to show what was said about somebody else to that person, she could destroy friendships. Anne knew what she was doing when she said that. She knew that just putting that little seed of doubt in people's heads would possibly destroy friendships. And that is manipulative and wrong to do. We are grown ass women in our 40s. And this that's happening right now is beneath us. It's really sneaky and manipulative to make sure that you put in to your video like, oh, well, if they saw what they were talking about, how they were talking about each other or talking about her, it would destroy friendships. Like, that's just mean. That is mean-spirited behavior. It's mean and just calculated and wrong. It's just wrong. And we're grown women. Like, when these things come out of your mouth, don't you ever feel like embarrassed? Because, I mean, I would. This here is embarrassing for me to do. I'm not even on YouTube anymore, but I still have to come back and tell everybody what happened because somehow I am the bad guy in this situation again. Again. And whenever I say anything, whenever I say anything, when I am like, just let it go, Abby. Stop talking about Anne. You're the one, keep bringing it up. No. Please find on my channel when I do this. Find a video where I have sat down and I have done this before. Because I can guarantee you can go to Anne's channel and any video that you watch, she has been talking about somebody in those videos. Somebody that's hurt her. Somebody she's had to forgive. Somebody she's had to let go. So, there's that. The truth is that YouTube is not what it used to be for me anymore. I am no longer like stuck in this like weird YouTube cage where I am scared all the time. My anxiety is really bad. I am afraid that, you know, Anne's going to drop another video or Alex is going to drop another video or someone's going to, I'm not in that mindset anymore at all. The best thing I ever did was get a job and start my career. I'm about to start school. I'm really excited about it. I've registered for school and I'm about to start my career and change my entire life. And I mean, maybe that's a reason why Anne's upset. Like, maybe she's upset about that. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't need YouTube I don't need YouTube or anybody on YouTube to pat me on the back and tell me I'm a great person. I don't need anybody to listen to my side and always believe me. And like, I don't need YouTube. I don't depend on YouTube for money. I don't depend on YouTube for confidence. And I don't depend on YouTube to pat me on the back and give me the things that I am clearly missing from my life. That's not what I need YouTube for. When I was on YouTube and I was on it all the time, I let certain things eat me alive. And the best thing I ever did was get off of YouTube and start my own life. And honestly, I honestly feel bad for people that don't have something else. My life is going really good, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have right now. I'm grateful that I'm about to start college with my daughter, by the way. We're going to be in school at the same time. Things are going really, really good. So the fact that Anne is screaming about karma on her channel, you know, my karma's been pretty good. So anyway, guys, sorry that this video is even being made. It's embarrassing, but at least I finally got what I needed to say out. And if you are a subscriber of Anne's, great. Be her subscriber. That's okay. That's okay with me. Everybody can like who they want to like. I'm not here to tell you to like somebody or to not like somebody. If you like Anne, watch her. Enjoy her channel. I leave it up to you. But I have every right to walk away from a friendship without being demonized for it. And I have every right to speak up for myself when all I've done for the past few years is keep my mouth shut. Anne's not the only one that's been hurt. I've been hurt. And I'm allowed to be hurt. And I damn sure do not need to be told that I'm wrong for it and that she was set up in any way. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So, hope you guys are doing really good. Hopefully I can get back on here soon. I got to get to work. But have the best day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.